So you trust your brain, right? You think whatever you see, feel, or remember is true. But what if I told you it is not true? Actually, your brain lies to you every single time. And the scariest part, we believe those lies. We think that we see the world exactly it is, but no, we see the world exactly our brain wants us to see. And the truth is rarely what we see. And in this video, I am going to tell you that why your brain is your biggest enemy, why your brain actually tricks you, and what is actually the reality, and why we cannot see that reality. So in this video, basically, I'm going to tell you everything related to why you are not actually you. So watch till end. Now imagine this, you are in a dark room, like a complete dark room, and there is no one, just you and that room which is completely dark. And you suddenly saw something moving there. You saw that there is maybe something, and you switched on the light, and when you saw, there was nothing at all. That room was empty. It was just you. But what happened? Did your eyes lie? No, actually your brain did. Your brain created that illusion. But why? Because it wanted to fill the gaps. In that room, you were all alone, and your brain wanted to create a shortcut because you had no reason to be there, right? So you were completely, at that moment, nothing feeling. So this is why your brain created to fill that gap, that you were in that room, why and what is surrounding. Even though there was nothing, it's still your brain created that illusion, and that shows that your brain actually doesn't show you the reality. It shows you always shortcuts. There are always millions of signals in our brain that pass, and our brain always get confused that what is it all. So this is why it tried to make sense of all that chaos. It tried to make sense of all those things, and it create a fake version, even if it's not reality, but your brain shows it to you, because this is what is shortcut, what is filling gap for your brain. And this is why you must have noticed that literally same thing can be remembered differently by two persons, and they both can be 100% sure that this is the reality, right? Like, have you ever heard about blue-green illusion? Actually, half of the believe that the same thing is of green color, and half of the world believe that the same thing is of blue color. And you know what? None of them is wrong. They all are correct. They all argued that this is correct, but actually both are correct according to their brain, according to how your brain proceed that thing and how your brain fill that gaps. You think your memory is like a tape recorder? Like, do you actually believe that whenever you try to recall something, you remember it exactly what happened? No, never. Actually, your memory is more like a painter. It actually removes old details, add new colors, add new textures, maybe change whole painting completely. And that is why sometimes people remember something that never happened. The whole story twisted by your brain. And this is why people remember certain things that never happened, and this is false memory. And Mandela effect is perfect example of false memory. Mandela effect is when you remember something completely different or completely that never even happened. This is called Mandela effect. And actually this is a very interesting topic, and I am soon going to make a video on it, so make sure to subscribe. Well, let me give you an example of Mandela effect. Like, literally half of the world believe that in Berenstein bar, there is a word Berenstein bar, and people believe that maybe E is at the first place or I is at the first place. They always pronounce it and write it incorrect. And they defend that thing like their identity is tied with that thing. I won't say that like, because this is what happened when you start believing that thing so blindly. When you start believing something so like blindly, your brain slowly start tying your identity with that thing. So this is why you defend it like it's on you now, and this is actually very dangerous. Now this hit hardest. Actually, your brain doesn't shows you reality. It shows you versions of reality. Whenever you feel sad, everything feels hopeless. Whenever you are angry, everything feels right for you. Whenever you feel happy, you feel that everything is okay, even it's not. Actually, your brain is painting emotions over logic. It's not showing you what is reality. It's showing you the versions of reality for particular emotion that you are going through at that time. Have you ever thought about that, why we actually regret after fighting with someone, but at that particular moment when we were fighting, we think that we are correct, we are doing definitely the right thing right now, but after that we regret. You didn't thought about it, right? But I did. Let me tell you, actually your brain is so powerful, like that showing you versions of truth, as I said earlier, that it's not showing you that what is reality. It's emotions over logic. You are not seeing, logic thing, you are seeing emotional things at that time. And this is why we do. And the most, that kind of eccentric thing here, the more you think about it, the deeper you think about it, the more you actually dig yourself inside those emotions, and the more you will, paint emotions over logic at that thing. Now next is, and actually dangerous, is mental traps of biases. We know the word bias, right? Like we get biased by this one, that one, or these things. So this is what bias means. And conjunctive bias is when your brain start biased by anything. Your brain start basically believing that thing. And if you want to know more about that things, you can watch my this video. By the way, I am going to also explain one by one conjunctive biases in our brain. So the first one is confirmation bias, and confirmation bias is when your brain start believing one thing, and then your brain will, do anything to prove that thing. Yeah, this is confirmation bias, and I think that this is very strong. Like imagine you think that this thing is wrong even if it's not, and now your brain will do anything to make you believe that that thing is not correct. And this is what confirmation bias is, and it can be applied on anything. Like if someone will tell you that you are a loser, you will, find all possible reasons that you are a loser to prove yourself. Or when someone will say you that you are a good person, you will find every good reason. Or if you say yourself that you are a loser, a winner, or someone who is this, you will find all reasons to, just make yourself believe that thing. And it is so strong, it is, and we never realize that we are doing it, of course. So I guess it is so strong, and we should always careful about it. Second one is anchor bias, and as we can understand by name, anchoring, actually you will believe what will you hear first. And it's actually very true. Like we always believe what we hear first, even if it's in news or in anywhere. If it's something, some rumor, and there is two stories of that rumor, which one you will believe? You'll believe the one you will hear first, right? And this is anchor bias, when your brain start believing the thing that it hear first. Third one is HEIEI bias, and HEIEI bias is when, like, it's so common. If there are two person and they both are saying different statement about the same thing, you will definitely going to believe the one who is saying it more confidently, more nicely, and simply, right? And this is what HEIEI effect is, when you believe the thing which is more clear, which is more confident, and the thing which make a little bit logic in your brain, so you start believing that thing, and this is HEIEI effect. Yeah, so these are three biases, but wait, why your brain need to actually believe something that it hear first, or why your brain have to actually believe something that someone is saying confidently, or why your brain have to prove something, whatever you believe? Why this happens? Actually your brain is so lazy. Your brain is, something that don't want to do any work. Your brain is like biased with shortcuts, and this is why it happens. Your brain don't like to do anything. Our brain always want to, just create fake versions, create shortcuts, and let things go simply. It don't want to think about create logic or thinking deeply. No, it just want that let it pass, let it just pass how it happens. And this is why it happens. This is why we always biased with these things. Your brain don't want to show you reality. But does that mean that your brain deceives you? Yes. But why? It's simple. Actually, our brain is not created to show us reality or show us truth, but actually comfort you, to actually make you feel safe. And this is why your brain create. So there is nothing related that this is truth or this is not correct for your brain. It is more like this is safer for me, this is more confident for me, this is where I fit the best. Our brain always protect us rather than showing us reality, not because that it is something like eccentric, but actually from ancient time, the time when our ancestors used to exist, actually they used to live in jungles. So rather than knowing that what is truth, what is in this world, they prefer comfort, they prefer what is good for them, what can protect them. And this is how your brain evolved, and till now our brain work as something that make us feel safer rather than telling us that what is the reality. And this is why it happens. And is it something that we should very worry about? I don't think so, because it is what what is actually happens in everybody. It's not just you, it's not just me, it is actually whole world. This is everyone how created. And our brain is actually evolving much better. And yeah, if you will be aware of what you are doing or how it is working, so you can work better. So yeah, your brain lies to you, and definitely you cannot make it stop, but you can recognize it. And this is where you'll be a better person, and this is where awareness begins. When you will notice that, wait, is it me or is it my brain trapping me in this trap? So you can let yourself know, you can let yourself distinguish that is it emotions, is it logic, or is it my brain shortcut. So yeah, this is all for today's video. Next time, unfortunately, you cannot stop your brain from lying, but fortunately you can recognize it. So yeah, this is all for today's video, lovelies. Bye bye. Make sure to subscribe and see you in the next video.